happiness. No one can deny that happiness is what we all seek for in life. But sometimes we forget what happiness truly is. What we once thought happiness turns to hurt us. How good would it be then if we have someone to guide us towards the real happiness? Someone who truly understands us and knows exactly what would make us happy.
After the World War II, the trend of the development paradigm, mostly of the developing countries, followed the growth-oriented theories. And most developing countries concentrated more on economic development rather than the non-economic factors. Well, there are also the upsides of the growth-oriented theories, of course, like the average income has increased, but there are also a lot of downsides and there are more serious. For example, the income gaps between the rich and the poor has been widened, and there are other problems concerning the environmental degradation and also poverty. Poverty in developing countries still remain because of the rapid industrialization and economic growth. Thailand was also among most developing countries that followed the modernization theory. The growth-oriented approach had been adopted since the first National Economic and Social Development Plan, and Thailand had been considered a rural agricultural country. But instead of keeping this tradition to keep Thailand as an agricultural country, we tended to want to change. We wanted to change from agricultural country because we think it didn't gain any income. We want material wealth. So we wanted to change from agricultural country to industrialized country. And in the post-World War II, Thailand attracted so many foreign investments, and industry played an important part to increase the per capita income. But the same problems, still remain. So it seems like we couldn't hold it any longer. Different sectors around the world, tried so hard to search for solutions to the problems and tried to search for alternatives to the development approaches. In particular, the approaches that fit perfectly for the developing countries. And different approaches were introduced, from dependency theories, sustainable development concept, human resources development. All of them shifted away from the mainstream approach and focused more on the social and environmental concerns. And we're so lucky that one good example that showed that the effort has finally been responded was the gross national happiness, or the GNH, originated by the King of Bhutan. This concept inspired so many countries whose interests went beyond the material wealth represented by the gross domestic products, or the GDP. Well, Thailand's no different. Again, we've been trying to find alternatives ourselves to balance our way of development approach. And fortunately, we are so lucky that we have His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej, or the recent King of Thailand, who has a great concern over this matter and also a great concern over the happiness of the Thai population. And starting from the natural resources, His Majesty put a strong emphasis on the basic needs and moderate consumption. His idea, this idea of moderate consumption complies with the philosophy that His Majesty introduced to the Thai people. This philosophy is known throughout the world. It is sufficiency economy, which serves as an alternative approach of development that even the Thai government adopted this philosophy as part of the National Development Plan. And apart from the moderation of the consumption, His Majesty also emphasizes on the quality of the natural resources. Why? It is because Thailand is an agricultural country. So if the quality of the natural resources are in poor condition, it is going to be impossible for the agricultural producers to be provided. And there are still a number of small farmers in Thailand. For example, the natural resources that His Majesty focuses on, there are 4 elements: the earth, wind, water, and fire. For example, the soil. The soil, His Majesty suggested the simple method to solve the soil problem, every type of soil problem, also to conserve the quality of the soil. And you know, I think that all of you heard about the vetiver grass, right? You know about vetiver grass. Vetiver grass is just simply just a grass, but it results of conserving the soil is tremendous. So by adopting the vetiver system, definitely it's easy for the farmers to understand, and definitely it's cheap, it's affordable, and at the same time it's practical. After several research, after several experimentations, these became not just only practical in Thailand, but also we're trying to spread this idea of vetiver use outside the country as well. Not just only the soil, also the water. His Majesty believes that water is life. So he has paid close attention to solve every type of water problem, from flood problem to drought problem. And we're trying to use the simple and affordable method of His Majesty the King. It's called monkey cheeks. It's the water retention, water gravity methods used by His Majesty the King. And for the wastewater problem, His Majesty suggested the use of nature treats nature method, which is not complicated at all. The practice used very simple, like sunlight, the wind, the weeds, the grass, the constructed wetland to solve the wastewater problem. And also, as you see in the slideshow picture, also the Chaipattana aerator, it was invented by His Majesty to treat the wastewater, and it is considered the low-cost invention that provides absolutely practical results. Another type of natural resources is, of course, the wind. Well, right now, the Chaipattana Foundation, do you know Chaipattana Foundation? I haven't told you about the Chaipattana Foundation yet. The Chaipattana Foundation is a charitable organization under the establishment of His Majesty the King, or another word is His Majesty's NGO. We pay strong attention to the wind to serve as renewable energy. Currently, the Chaipattana Foundation is conducting experimentation about the low wind turbine that can serve as alternative source of energy, and this is suitable for the geographical condition of Thailand. And of course, the last element is fire. In this sense, fire represents the alternative fuel. His Majesty paid the strong emphasis on this matter even before the oil crisis started to happen around the world. His Majesty asked the Chaipattana Foundation and other concerned agencies to conduct experiments and research to help develop a good quality biodiesel oil to be used in agricultural arena. When we looked back in the Thai history, we tend to live our decent life. We were wealthy. We were wealthy in the sense we were wealthy not in the material wealth, but we were wealthy in the natural resources. We, didn't really want to be wealthy in natural resources. We wanted to be wealthy in the material wealth. So we began our first national development plan. And we didn't have any knowledge at all about how to draft a plan at all to become an industrialized country or to become modernized. So in order to draft the plan and in order to become modernized, we have to ask for help for those who are already industrialized, who are already modernized. So we imported the knowledge from the industrialized country. In the first 5 plans, we focused mainly on growth. only on growth and GDP. And GDP made us very, very happy. Not just only 5%, 4%, just not good enough. When it reached 11%, when it reached 8 to 9%, wow, GDP made us really happy. Well, there were, as I already mentioned, positive sides of the GDP, like the income has increased, the poverty rate has somehow fallen, but when it reached the fifth plan, negative impacts tend to happen. So the next plan, we changed our focus. No, not just only GDP that we wanted, we focused on our people. But do you think that it's too late? I think somehow it was too late because, well, we have developed our own economic system on a weak and unstable foundation, that our bubble economy bursted, exploded. And remember, Tom Yam Goong crisis. Why it is called Tom Yam Goong? Because it obviously happened in Thailand first. So in 1997, economic crisis happened in Thailand. So this time, Thai people tend to look back and tend to think about what His Majesty has warned us about sufficiency economy or living in moderation. And I would like to wrap up, well, by saying that through the alternative development paradigm, it is believed that these two concepts, sustainable development and sustainable happiness, they should go hand in hand together. So His Majesty, throughout his righteous reign, has been working tirelessly for the benefits and happiness for the Thai people and for the people around the world. And when these two concepts intertwined, the balanced and sustainable growth can be pursued, and sustainable happiness will eventually be achieved.